Hello friends, so various tests on the soil. So for evaluating the properties of the soil, strength, stiffness, etc., we need to perform this kind of test. So shear test, bearing test, and penetration test. Okay, so shear test is basically a direct shear test, triaxial that can be carried out with the. This you need to uh, not required to remember. You just go through it. You will get the idea. Okay, now the important one for the highway construction is CBR test. Okay, CBR you can see here. So California bearing test ratio test. So basically it is developed by the California Division of Highway. Okay, so it is an empirical test. Empirical means that can be the ratio is can be derived from the one formula. So that is your empirical. Okay. So, and CBR test is used to determine the material properties such as strength of the soil subgrade. So basically the how much strength the soil is containing that we can be derived from the CBR test. Okay. So it is conducted in the laboratory. Okay. So the procedure for the determining CBR value is standardized by the various agencies including Bureau of Indian Standard also. Okay. So this is the image for the CBR test setup. So I can ask in the examination, explain the CBR test setup in the detail. So you need to draw this figure. Okay. I will explain you how you can draw this figure. So first of all, there is a ground level. Okay, you can see. Then there is a pedestal of the testing machine. So on which the whole assembly is rest on. So pedestal of the testing machine is there. Above that there is a base plate. Base plate is connected with the this is the cylindrical mold or collar we can say. So mold is like this, you can see that this is the cylinder one like this. Okay, this is the cylinder and the nut bolts are fixed so that it cannot move during the test. So first of all ground, then pedestal is there, concrete base plate, concrete base is there, then above that the base plate is placed, then the cylindrical mold is placed in which we have a soil sample is there. Okay, it has a two diameter, inner diameter and outer diameter. Okay, the height that is 127 mm. Then we have one dial gauge which can measure the penetration. Okay, here you oftenly see in the highway laboratories this kind of dial gauge is there to measure the penetration. Okay, plunger is there and that plunger is connected with the one probing ring. Probing ring and this dial gauge is both gives the reading values of the CBR test. Okay, so basically this you need to remember, and the dimension point of view you need to not required to remember, but the soil sample, base plate, pedestal, okay, plunger, dial gauge, probing that you need to remember. Okay, so when we apply the load over here, it show the load here in probing ring and penetration in the dial gauge. Okay, so yes, this is the plunger of diameter 50 mm. Okay, then the CBR value is expressed in the percentage. Okay, so there is a no unit of the CBR. Okay, you need to remember that can be asked in the short questions. So for the 2.5 mm of the penetration, standard load required is 1370 kg. Okay, so standard pressure is 70 kilogram per centimeter square. Similarly, for the 5 mm penetration, standard load 205 m 55 kilogram and pressure is 105 kilogram per centimeter cube. Sorry, centimeter square. So specimen in the mold is compacted to the MDD, that is the maximum dry density, and then assembly is placed under the plunger of the loading frame. So this is the diagram, load versus penetration. So as you are giving the load to the soil sample, it will get penetrate. So this is the load on the y-axis, penetration on the m-axis, x-axis. You need to draw the graph like this. Okay. So for 2.5 mm we are knowing the load. Similarly for 5 mm we are knowing the load. Okay. So based on that there is a formula. If you want to calculate the CBR value, CBR in percentage is equal to load sustained by the specimen at the 2.5 or 5 mm penetration to the load sustained by the standard aggregate at the corresponding penetration level into 100. So that is the standard value is below and the load